Good. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, everyone. I know I had a lot to say earlier. I don't know where it went. Anyways, so everything's super, super great. Rhino, I think eclipsed 220 last time I checked. Excuse me. And the liquidity pool, so the market cap, good morning, Brian, eclipsed over 75,000, which is the highest it's ever been. And again, not to harp on market cap or what it means. Well, I guess I explained what it meant, but for instance, when Rhino went public at $1, the initial market cap was $6,000. That meant that only $6,000 worth of transactions could ever be done. There was only $6,000 in that pool, meaning if somebody wanted to go sell 6,000 coin, they were never going to get $1 for it because it had to be proportionate. So the 6,000 coin would have brought the price down to God knows what, and the market cap would have reflected how much coin is out there and divided it by all. So although it did come public at $1, and we're now currently $2.20, the statement, oh, Rhino has been plus 120%, is not entirely accurate. In fact, our liquidity pool is 75,000. It was at 6,000, meaning 75,000 is what, roughly 13 times 6,000, somewhere over there, 12 and a half. Meaning the actual sentence of the performance of Rhino is up 12,500%. But you couldn't tell that in the price because the price is only up 1.2%, 120%. And the point is, Rhino's always been managed so responsibly that we were never interested in the theatrics. Could Rhino be worth, what's it come out, $12.50 right now? Yeah, it could. But what would the market cap be? It would still be 6,000, which means anyone that owns coin at $12.50, which every one of us would because we all owned it since $1, would try to sell it. And at that point, you'd be very disappointed what would happen. You would sell it and it would go from $12.50 to like $7. Then the next person would say, oh my God, it's down $5 today. I better sell mine. They'd bring it from $7 to like $2. And then everyone would say, oh my God, what happened? This was one of those, look at the crash. I knew I couldn't trust it, blah, 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 blah. And it does go to a larger lesson in life that you can go ahead and be penny wise and dollar foolish. And I really think that's kind of the theme of internet marketing, where everyone comes out with whatever offer that goes ahead and tells you that by tomorrow you're going to, I don't know, sit on a pile of gold, and they can prove it. Like I could prove right now, well, if I wanted to over the next week, I can tell you right now, Rhino is $2.20 now. I guarantee you it'll be $5 by Wednesday. And I can make that happen. That wouldn't be overly difficult for me to make happen. And you know what kind of marketing that would be? Oh my God, Anthony said this and it happened. And that'd be great. You know what would happen the second anyone tried to sell? And the point is, when marketing, I wouldn't show that part. I would show, look, I showed it and look what happened and look at the account value. You should have listened to me. What about next time? And then people are like, oh my God, next time I have to get in this Anthony, this Rhino. But it's all smoke and mirrors. And we've never wanted to be a part of that. And to that point, it's the path that's more difficult to take, right? Like for instance, when we went from $1 to $2.50 down to $2, now at $2.20, that doesn't sound that spectacular. In fact, anyone that got in at $2.30, $2.40, $2.50 is still underwater. But is our market cap's up like 20,000 since then. Now that doesn't benefit them. They're like, well, my account's still worth less. And us saying, yeah, well, if you try to sell it, you'll be able to get closer to the price, in which case they'll say, great, I bought it $2.50, it's $2.20. So you're saying if I sell, I could get close to $2.20, great. Well, yeah, you're really short-sighted if that's like, if you got in to trade it, well, that was the risk, right? Rhino is made for its investors. It hopes to satisfy its traders. but you can't satisfy both, and we choose our investors. So the long and short of it is, in a very, I guess, non-exciting way, today is all-time highs across the board in everything. So I just want to share everything right now as an all-time high. And you might not be able to see it because, Anthony, wait, the coin's only 220. It used to be 250. It's certainly lower than an all-time high. Well, when you take a look at actually what's in it, that's an all-time high. And that's what matters. Because there is a level of confidence that if you go ahead and sell your coin right now, you will get the price. And I think people sometimes forget that, because people get into things and they're like, they only think about buying. And it's funny, because of all the internet marketing I've ever done, my superpower has always been my background, right? Like, I've been in finance my whole life. And the most interesting part of everything I've ever done is the most success I've ever had on the internet was with kind of like investment related product, like RHINO. You're investing into it. People are very inclined to invest. Everyone accepts the work that they do, the income that they have, but they want their life to be better going forward. So they're willing to go ahead and make that calculation. This is my income. If I go ahead and grow my income at this rate, this is what it'll be equal down the road. It actually kind of allows someone to feel like it's the easy way out, right? Because once the money's in your bank account, you already made it. You don't need to do any more work for it. That work is in your memory. Your memory doesn't exist because it's whatever you choose to remember that happened yesterday. Your future is still in front of you. So if you can take an asset that's already there, all it costs you is memory, and it could go ahead and increase the future, well, then you do it. So I've always had a lot of success with everyone saying, okay, here's more money, here's more money. And it's really kind of dangerous in the sense that I see others on the internet and what they do. Like, I'll always make sure that I'm responsible to those that give money. It's just, that's the way it is, which is kind of why I'm sharing what the market cap actually equals. Because I can go ahead and say, watch, look at the coin go to $100, and everyone can say, wow, look, this is so great. But you know what would happen? The people that were the most loyal, the most believers, they'd be the one to lose the most money. Because the people that were not believers, that just got in for the trade, would get the price. And by them getting the price, it would decrease the price for anyone at the end. Meaning those that were most loyal to RHINO in that fictitious, disgusting scenario would be the ones to lose all their money. And I don't think that's okay. So we don't do that. Anyways, the email we sent out today was kind of like another, I don't want to say boring, nor do I ever want to say lazy. But I think today was a combination of both. Because the email that I want to start going out is going to share the improved or the evolved business strategy, which is, rather than you doing all the work to spend the hours to learn the content, to take the test and open up your own business, we're going to open up that business. We're going to teach you to pass the test, and we're going to hire you to take on the work that we're going to bring in, which is much easier, right? It's much easier to be an employee than it is to be a business owner. And it's not because, well, an employee, you're less smart, or you're less this, you're less that. No, it has nothing to do with that. The difference between being an employee and a business owner is simply, do you care to make decisions? That's all it is. Do you believe that your ability to make decisions is better than someone that you're working for, to an extent that you'd be unable to work for them? For me, that's always been the case. Everyone I've ever worked for hated me. And it's not that they hated me because I'm dislikable. They hated me because I was always very well received by the consumer. Like, the person we're doing business with liked me. But the people above me did not like me because I was very vocal in sharing my ideas and my criticisms. Because, as you know, we like criticism. Tell me everything so I can do a better job. Well, I always treated others the same way I like to be treated. Well, guess what? People don't like being treated that way. People don't like you telling them how to do a better job. Maybe I'm different. I love being told how to do a better job. Others don't. So I never really got along with the people I worked for. But because I always did the best of our business, and the customers always liked me the most, it was kind of like one of those, oh my God, I want to get rid of Anthony, but how can I? I got to keep him. So eventually, internet issues today, hope it clears up soon. So eventually, welcome to RHINO. Anyway, so the point being, as an employee, I think we're going to not only do much better, but to also be able to do better for others. So we're going to make the decision when we're going to take on those contracts, in which case we'll go ahead and source them, we'll apply to all the applications, blah, blah, blah. We'll get 20 or 30 different companies to hire us, and we'll have like 300 to 400 hours worth of work a week to do. Now, of course, we're not going to do all that work. Where am I going to get that time? So we're going to time that with being able to project X amount of people are going to pass their exam in the next 3-4 days, in which case once they come on, we could delegate the work to them, we could be there to support them, they could make money, RHINO can make money, kumbaya, everyone's happy. And of course the difficult part is the first couple of weeks. After you get past the first couple of weeks and you have like 50 different employees, all really competent, and you have a resume, and now companies can hire you saying, oh wow, we heard how you've done, we know who you are, we can see your team, we can see your performance, your projects. Then that's the easy part, right? So we do want to go ahead and share that message. So the email today is still, hey, listen, do you want to do this, this, and this? Which, by the way, once you sign on to it, all those emails are already done. They're sequenced out for you. So it's totally accurate, and it's completely, if you want to do that, you can. We just believe we're going to get a better showing by doing the improved messaging. So that's good. Also, what else do I have? Oh, so this week I'm doing the examination prep. So we actually got through everything. How cool is that? We did the entire curriculum and it's all done. Now it's about studying for the examination so that we can get the certification. Now, I believe I'm the only one that got through the whole thing, and that's fine. I was always going to be the case study, which means I have to schedule myself for the test, and I think I'm going to do that for next Monday because we have Salesforce coming to us Tuesday. And I think that'd be kind of cool, like, hey, look what I got. So I will be, so that's, I have to find the Salesforce preparation stuff, and then I have to create my own, because again, it's just a lot. So I have to do that this week, and that's fine. It will all be recorded. It will be up on the website. So if you care to see it, God bless, it'll be there for you. Also, tomorrow, Salesforce shared with me that they're going to be releasing Einstein GPT. Now, for those that don't know who Einstein is, well, we know who Einstein was, but in the world of Salesforce, they have their own AI that they've been using since 2017. They acquired 10 different companies for close to $4 billion together to put together the parts to make what they call Einstein. And what Einstein does is it identifies every single member in your CRM for everything. Like, what time did you open that email? What time did you click it? What time this? When do you usually do this? If this says this, what do you do? It's like if you could imagine all the bad things that people talk about Facebook back in the day, times it by infinity, that's Einstein. Now, why was it bad when Facebook did it? Well, because they sold the data to like corporations and then marketed you. Einstein is them just sharing with me, the owner of the data, the value of the data and how to best approach each member of the data in a way that the member of the data wants, right? So it's very different. Yeah, that Einstein, yeah, right. But the point of it is, now if you know what our AI is, it's from open source, it's called ChatGPT. That's where you could like talk to it and it talks back. So Einstein GPT, imagine this. So ChatGPT is it's a free trial, but it costs money. Like, we're on the paid plan. But it's the AI, and it's the first 1.0 of like the global AI. Einstein GPT is that, except for our stuff, right? So if I wanted to know, hey, listen, I'm selling peanuts, who would buy peanuts from me today? It's going to tell me everyone in my CRM that would likely buy peanuts and give me the email, the time to send and everything for that person to be most receptive to buying peanuts. That's crazy. That's like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs or peanuts for peanut butter, right? I don't know. But that's coming and being released tomorrow, in which case our rep is going to teach us how to use it. The point of all of this is when we're sitting here talking about the value proposition that we're offering to others, and everything we're doing to benefit others, which is going to benefit us, right? Like to go ahead and create the agency, then hire people, pay them good wages, blah, 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 blah. It would behoove us to know exactly who in our CRM would like to be a part of it, how to speak to them, when to email them, and all the rest. So when we're talking about levels of growth that are still in front of us, I will always say a bazillion times, we haven't done any marketing. We haven't turned anything on. We've just been building. In fact, the conversations that you and I have every single morning is the work that's been being done. In fact, when we're done talking, I then simply just go ahead and fulfill all the promises I made the morning of. So tomorrow I could come out and say, hey guys, this is what we did yesterday. This is where we are today. What should we do? Let's do it going forward. These conversations that we have are actually the highest point of the company right now. Now that we've come very close to consolidating and finalizing everything, then we could go ahead and pour the gasoline on the chat GPT, the ad spend, the this, the that. Blah, blah, blah. We're a couple of weeks away from that because I need to go ahead and complete the preparation this week. I need to pass the certification. Then I need to go ahead and, yeah, I did say go ahead twice. I then need to go ahead 3 times, apply to the job listings and get hired. Because if I can do that, and again, maybe I can't, maybe we're wrong, but we need to know if we're wrong, right? So if I can go ahead, knowing nothing about nothing, take the training, take the preparation, pass the certification, apply to 20 positions, and get hired by 4 or 5 with 100,000 plus year salaries from a remote location. If I can do all 5 of those things, and I can show how I did it, and I can show that you can do it, and I can show by pressing this button, you can do it within 4 weeks, that's actually something real. That's real. In which case we can take that and then chat GPT, ad spend, that's where all that comes from. Once that happens, then everyone comes through RHINO, and then all the different, like the stuff we're doing with the bot, like we have a bot too, that's when that happens. Okay, would you like to do RHINO Wealth? Would you like to do this? Would you like to get into RHINO Bucks? All of that happens. So 3 to 5 weeks, 5 weeks being the max, where this all goes super duper live. And all the time we spend together, it's been us, right? But in 5 or 6 weeks, we're gonna have like we know who William is, and we know who Brian is, and we know who Eve is, and Frida, and Deborah, and like Carl, and Abdul, like we know who we are. But then when you start seeing like Todd, and Tyler, and Blake, well, I hope we have some better names than that, right? Like Anthony, Vinny, Robert. When they start jumping, you know what? We're equal opportunists. Teresa, Mary, Stephanie, like right, like come on. But once you start seeing that, then it's like, oh my God, we like did it. And of course, you're never gonna have to guess if it's being done. You could look at the RHINO Bucks price. And when you see the RHINO Bucks price going up and you see the market cap going up, oh wait, we send emails every morning with the actual, my point is we're so close. So that's it. What do I have today? I'm going to be doing, I actually have a team call today. Well, I have a team call every Monday and Friday, but I haven't actually been on it in like 3 weeks because we've been so busy. But we are doing one today at 12. I'm talking about the department heads. RVP, our call has been rescheduled from today to Friday, 2 o'clock. We're going to be on it. I'm going to be on it. Like that's happening, guaranteed. So for those in RVP, we haven't been on a call in like 4 or 5 weeks. It's because we've been, a little busy. So we're going to be taking that. I have a meeting today at 3. I am doing the prep at 1. I have our team meeting at 12. I have this right now, and I got to prepare for the prep because the prep is going to be live. I need to prepare. So basically I got to go, but I absolutely love all of you, and we're getting there. Like we're getting there. So, and ChatGPT stuff, not ChatGPT, Einstein GPT. Tomorrow when I get all of the info, I'll share it with you. So, and look out for tomorrow's email. It's gonna be a little bit better. So I guess that's it. Okay, love you, bye.